Hey you guys, Alden Sweeney-Wydo here. I wanted to put a quick video together about earning a Cadillac. Specifically earning your first pink Cadillac. So I have heard a few people lately say, oh my gosh, I only have 6 months. I only have January to June to finish my Cadillac. And I had to have like a little moment with myself because my first thought was, it's always 6 months. It's always 6 months. Our director cars are always earned in a 6-month time period, condensed into a 6-month time period. No matter when it falls on the calendar, it's always 6 months to earn the use of a director car. So what are you going to do in 6 months? That determines the car that you qualify for. And I very distinctly remember, I'm sure many remember, the first car they earned, going through DIQ, becoming a sales director, all of those first, you usually have etched into your memory. I have pretty much every single Cadillac etched into my memory. And I just qualified for my 4th pink Cadillac. And I thought it was my 8th free Mary Kay car, but I just did a call with corporate and they said during my accolades, I have 9 career cars. I have no idea. What a fun problem to have in Mary Kay, though, that we get to lose track of the amount of free cars that we've earned in our careers. But specifically, that first pink Cadillac. So I'm going to roll you guys back to where I was in my business at the time, what was going on, what wasn't going on, and a few things that I think helped me build momentum and earn my Cadillac in that 6-month time period, which was January to June. So I'm recording this in January, right after our San Antonio Leadership Conference. So it's January 16th, 2025. So I was 20 years old. I had become a sales director at 19, and January 1st marked my first full year as a sales director. So our director programs were different than they are now, but the last one I did not qualify for. I didn't earn at Honor Society or something. I don't even know what it was called, but I know I didn't earn it. I didn't do it. And you guys, that was honestly the first time in my career that I had a goal that I did not hit. And obviously, DIQ didn't go as fast as I wanted, or, I wish I would have earned my car sooner, or whatever it might be. But that was the first failure, I guess you could say, in my business, that I did not complete Honor Society. And I remember going to leadership conference at that time, and it was in New Orleans. And I distinctly remember they had the CTS, the Cadillac CTS, and the SUV version at that time. But they had announced that the CTS was going away. It was going to be bye-bye after June. So if I wanted that, I needed to qualify by June. And I came to that leadership conference, obviously not having finished Honor Society. So things were not hot and popping because it was not a huge to-do. It was a normal director program. And I remember thinking oh, I don't want that SUV. It looks like a mom car to me, and I am not a mom, so I need the CTS. It is a sharp young person's car. That's what I thought in my mind. So I was determined to get it. Nowhere on In Touch did it look like I was going to qualify for that car by June 30th. Not at all. I'll roll it out to you guys. So that January and that leadership conference was, towards the end of the month. And if you hear noises, my garbage people just decided that now was the time to come by. But that leadership conference was towards the end of the month. So my January ended at 5,000 wholesale. Me and my unit, 5,000 wholesale. My February was special. I finished February with me and my whole unit, with 1,800 wholesale total combined for myself and my unit, okay? But what changed that February is that I was committed to getting this Cadillac done. I couldn't see how it was getting done. Nobody would have believed that it was getting done, but I knew that it was getting done, okay? My mind changed. I made it an absolute non-negotiable. I would do whatever it took to get this Cadillac done, to get the cool car instead of the mom car, okay? Whatever you have to tell yourself. if you have a burning desire to earn a Cadillac, now's the time. Why not? Because it is a decision. So that February, what you didn't see in the production of that $1,800 total glorious 1,800.00 month with me and my unit, is that I believe it was 13 personal guests on one of the last days of February to a guest event. And I had switched how I was asking. I was gathering sharp women because, again, you guys, I was 20. I had recently just left college and I needed to get into a sharp market because I needed people that were buying full skincare sets. They were coming in with inventory. They were building successful businesses. They weren't, just my age in college and doing their own thing, which is fine, but I needed variety. I needed sharp people to kind of build that momentum and build that base up. And so I had 13 personal guests at a event and 3 signed up. So I want you to hear this, you guys. I took full-blown personal responsibility for earning this Cadillac, and how I'm going to break down numbers for you guys is exactly how I broke down numbers. And this is how I break down numbers for everything. This is how I've broken down numbers for all of my cars, all of my Cadillacs, trips. This is literally how I'm about to break down all the numbers that I need from January to June for our unit to finish our first $1 million year. And they're a lot bigger than this Cadillac number. And this Cadillac number at first, if you haven't done it before, seems huge until it's done. And then you cross it off your list and you can believe bigger and see bigger, which is what we want for every single person, because why not have every single person be in a pink Cadillac? I mean, how cool would that be for our legacy and for our brand and for your confidence and for your income? But I took personal responsibility, and I believe that always earning your first of everything, honestly, probably just everything in your Mary Kay business, you have to take full ownership and personal responsibility. You must go first. You must throw your heart over the line. You must make it a full non-negotiable and do the work, and then everything else falls into place, but you have to go first and you have to do the work, no matter if you can see it, no matter if other people are believing it, no matter if anybody's following you or not. Nobody was following me, clearly. It was an $1,800 wholesale month combined. Nobody was following me. It was me. So I had 13 guests at that event. 3 signed up. 2 did 3,600 wholesales. 1 did an 1,800. So by the first week of March, I had over 7,000 something in wholesale, but also I had 600 car credit for everyone. You guys, I think that at that time was a very big start to my month. Clearly, it was more than January and February combined in the first week of March. So then I started seeing, okay, so this is where this momentum starts building. And with those people, I then made sure that I was taking them through their training packet. They were doing their first 30 faces. They were doing the pearls of sharing. So I was multiplying through them, showing them the big picture of Mary Kay. I made sure to get them, plugged in with me in person. How many faces can we, get in front of with the products and opportunity? All of the things that I know you guys know how to do. It's just making sure that you're doing it with very sharp people with a decided mind and a very big passion. Because I can tell you, those women signed up because they were sold the big picture of Mary Kay. They were professional women in all their different, different rights and everything. But they were sold the big picture of Mary Kay, and that's why they signed up. And I was passionate about what we were building. So I would ask you, are you passionate about this, or are you, playing it safe? Are you actually throwing your heart across the line that you're going to earn this Cadillac by June, or are you, just going to let it pass you by? And that's something that only you can decide, but we know as women. I mean, I know, that if you're with somebody, if they're legit, if they believe what they're saying, if it is, in them. You have to have that in you to appeal to the big picture women that are going to join a big movement of momentum for you. And from that, I believe that March, we did around 18,000. I actually think the woman that came in as an 1,800 did probably nothing, to be honest. I think she kind of ghosted me and that was it. But 2 started doing some. One caught on, decided to, go for earning the use of a free car. You could do that as a consultant, move into DIQ. At that time, another consultant that I had in my unit that was fixing to get around to things decided, oh shoot, I can't let this new girl do this. She ended up deciding to, go for her car and move into a leadership position as well. So it brought momentum and growth into my business. It woke some people up. But it really did come down to my attitude change, my heart change, my clear commitment, and my, I'm throwing my heart across this line. And if I have to do every single thing for this Cadillac, I'm willing to do it. Okay. In the process of that, I did end up with, one new sales director that debuted. She earned her car. I earned my Bumblebee. I earned the Court of Sales. I think that was my first time doing the Queen's Court of Sales. I think I had done the Bumblebee before, but that I made sure that my activity, was on par. I think I ended up having more than 24 needed because of the car credits. So what I'm going to break down for you guys, and this is how I track everything. It's very sophisticated, as you'll see. Okay, a piece of paper, okay? Just a notebook piece of paper. Right now, it's $108,000 wholesale needed to earn the use of a Cadillac in a 6-month time period. So your 6 months is January 1st to now. So you could back up, what you have already. You could do $108,000 on the top and back up, what you've already got in the computer right now. If you have personal qualifieds, back out that 600 car credit that you get as well. Something that I didn't have that is amazing now is that if people don't come in as a qualified right away, they can build up. That wasn't a thing then. So you guys can be keeping track of that, obviously, in their first 4 months. Key to get people in sooner so that they can, build up those car credits, build up their orders to get qualified for those car credits. So recruiting now is key, but I broke down in a 6-month time period, you guys doing the Queen's Court of Sales. So I'm, pretending everybody's on target. So your numbers might need to be higher to, do the Queen's Court of Sales. But if you were on target, I just did January to June with the normal 1667 wholesale for normal Queen's Court of Sales numbers, because you guys, to get from where you are now, you're going to need to be in front of a lot more faces, which means you're going to be selling a lot more product to get to the recruits, to find the people to build this Cadillac unit. So if you just did January to June with the 1667 wholesale, that takes $10,000 and $10,008 out of that. So you back that down. So the number's getting smaller. That's what I want to show you guys. So the number starts getting smaller so you can visually see that. And then what if, okay, you ready for this? What if you pretended that your only job was to get 6 personal qualifieds a month, January to June? Your only job. I think you could do it. I know you can do it. I know every single one of you could do it, because let me break this number down. That would be, and I just did this at 600s. Obviously, 600 is a personal use order. It's not a business. So you're looking for people that are going to do 3600s, 4800s, 5400s, 1800s, all the things in between, but at least 600s. So I just did this with just simple 600s. So if you have 6 personal qualifieds a month, that's 3,600 wholesale minimum, and then 3,600 car credits minimum. And then I timed that out for 6 months, because you're going to do it January to June. You guys, that's $43,200 in car credits, because it's $21,600 in real wholesale dollars if it's just 600s, and then you get the added, you double it because of the car credit. That's $43,000. That's almost half of a Cadillac done from your personal recruits. Obviously, with 36 personal qualifieds, you've got a Diamond Bumblebee. If you have nobody in now, you've got a Diamond Bumblebee. And I don't know, may the chips fall as they may. You might be in the top 20. I have no idea. But why not go for it? Because that's going to get you a ton of money as well. Because if those people just did 600s, nothing else, That's $43,200. That leaves you $54,792 from January to June with your personal sales and just those qualifieds, those 36 qualifieds. That leaves you $54,792 to finish your Cadillac. If you break that down evenly, January to June, that's $9,132 wholesale monthly. Obviously, it's not always cookie cutter like that. Like mine obviously started really slow, and then it was 17,000 in March, I think like 18 or 20,000 in April. May was a lot too. June finished up with like 30-some thousand. Okay, it grows in the process of it, but you have to start it somewhere. And if you put your blinders on, because I know you're fully capable, you could do this. And think about, $9,132 base. Some of you have units that do that anyways. So really, your Cadillac, the difference between you and the Cadillac is your personal activity. Some people, your unit's smaller, you aren't at that base level. There's going to be people that come in, like I said, with way more than just a 600. There's going to be people that catch fire. There's going to be people that want to be part of the momentum. There's going to be people that want the red jackets. There's going to be people that want to step up into leadership positions with all of the money that the company's throwing out in the events and all of the different things. It will come, but you have to front load it with your personal recruits to start. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And if you just have, 36 people that come in with 600, obviously that's not how the cookie's going to crumble. But money-wise, as a sales director, that's over $7,200 cash just from the unit development bonus and the $100 bonuses you get for Great Start Qualifieds. That's a lot of money, you guys. $7,200. On top of, all of the other income. You get $1,000 for earning your Cadillac. These commission checks are going to be higher than you're, used to, because there's more wholesale production that you're getting paid on. You're going to have more stars. You're going to have all of the things. But it starts with you. There's a lot of distractions going on at every single level. But what if you pretended that your only job was to make sure you were obviously selling, the amount for Queen's Court of Sales, because that also is meant to cover your, business expenses as well. Make sure you have adequate help, because you're going to find out. You will find out in this 6-month push the systems that need to be tweaked, the extra help that you need to work at this next level. But you're going to be out there selling the products, making the money, paying for running your business with the cash profit, and all of your sales commission is going to be what pays for your family, all of the things. But you guys, this is the times now. We need more people in Cadillacs. We need more people. It is what it is. You have a bigger unit, you make more money, you have a Cadillac, you have more say with Mary Kay, and most importantly, you're passing this on, enriching more women's lives with this product and opportunity. But also, once you cross this off your list, you can see farther. When I hadn't earned my first Cadillac yet, I could not see how I could possibly, get a $500,000 ring, or how I could, have these bar pins, have a triple star necklace, have, earned a trip. All of that I couldn't see yet, but at each step, at each new level of winning, I could see farther and farther. It was like, my eyes were being adjusted, and the big, long game goal that I know that God has called me to, I could see a little bit. I could see the next ring on the ladder, and that's what we need. We need you to shake off whatever has been holding you back until this point, because I can promise you the only difference between you and a Cadillac sales director is she put the product on more faces and she shared the opportunity with more women. That's it. Not anything else at all. At all. So we need more leaders sold out, and we need more people, sharing at a high level. We need more Cadillacs on the road, you guys. The amount of people that ask or say, oh my gosh, I had no idea that Mary Kay was still around, makes me want to, my Mary Kay heartbreak. And I know you don't want that either. And trust me, you guys, nothing beats picking up your first pink Cadillac. The best part is the name sticker thing that goes on the dashboard that says this Cadillac was exclusively built for Alden Sweeney-Wydo, because nothing's good like having your name printed on something for something that you earned. You set your mind to, you did the work, and you gave God enough to show you miracles through your obedience and through your work. You guys, pretend your only job is to get this Cadillac in these next 6 months, because no matter what, whenever you decide, you throw your heart across the line, you do the personal work, you take personal responsibility, it's always a 6-month time period, no matter when it is, okay? It's always 6 months. You guys, I am cheering you on. I highly recommend that you write the number down and show what it looks like to have a decrease, but I always front load. What am I willing to do to get this done? And then this is my gap. Where is this gap number coming from? And it comes from your new, you, and the few.